Yes, I know. Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thanks for coming to the webinar. Today we'll be talking about not today is a little bit different compared to the previous one. So because previously most of the time we talk about MikroTik, but today we talk a little bit different. Not MikroTik. We talk about Cisco. Yeah, why Cisco? Because well, Cisco is still dominating. Not yeah. Lots of companies also using Cisco device. What the percentage? I don't know. Maybe 50%, 40% around the world. Not sure. But MikroTik in Indonesia is a lot more. I mean, if we talk about the a small medium business in Indonesia, especially in Indonesia, maybe in Europe, most likely they are using MikroTik. Okay, but yeah, that's okay. Um, yeah, even though lots of MikroTik devices in Indonesia, today we'll be talking about Cisco, especially Cisco CCNA, one of the certification from Cisco. My name is Achmad Mardiansyah, and I'm from JLC Networks Indonesia. Okay, why I cannot move to the next slide? Oh yeah. So agenda tonight we'll be talking about some prerequisite knowledge. So at least you get an idea. It's just a refreshment uh, of what you already know, perhaps. Talking about and then talking about Cisco certification requirements, and then if time permits, I think we can do a live practice so that we can access the Cisco devices here. Okay, so please prepare. So make sure you have a SSH client, and I will give you the access at the end of the uh, um, yeah at the end of the webinar, and then I will share the access into the chat box. So make sure that you can access the you can join the Zoom webinar. This webinar also will be streamed out to Facebook, but the access is only given to the people who join the Zoom webinar. Right, so GLC, Gadrlistas Cakrawala, we are based in Bandung. We do networking, system admin, and programming. Yeah, my name is Ahmad Mardiansyah. I'm based in Bandung. Many users, Linux user, MikroTik user, Cisco user, whatever user, PHP user, Python user, R user, what else? Yeah, many users. Okay, so I do teaching for living. Certified trainer for Linux and MikroTik and other vendors as well. I have LinkedIn. If you have LinkedIn, and then I would like to connect with you guys. Past experience, we do several projects in Malaysia, in several countries, in Australia, in Europe, in Africa. I've never been to America, maybe in the future. Okay, about the webinar itself, we do a webinar every Thursday. And for those who are new, if you want to join to become a webinar here, I mean presenter in our webinar, sorry, just let us know. Okay, and then we put the schedule for you. Okay, for yourself, please introduce yourself. At least tell us where you're from. Okay, about your background. Yeah, so make sure. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I mean, just just a brief introduction about yourself. So yeah, if you don't mind, put where you're from in the group chat. Okay, next prerequisite. So we assume you already know how to use not a computer. Okay, especially computer networks. And yeah, how to use the computer, of course, how to use computer network. Okay. And okay, let's review some of the topics here. How internet works. Okay, so actually internet is start from a research project from 70s and 80s. It's an open cooperative. Why we do that? Because at the time there were computer networks, um, but they are working based on proprietary protocols. So IBM IBM has internet networking capabilities. DEC, digital, Apple also, but they are only be able to talk between a same vendor. So IBM talk to IBM, Apple talk to Apple's, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is not good. So we need to have a unity in terms of the language, so that a different vendor is able to talk to each other. Okay, so that's why we develop a standard. Okay, so we develop standard to allow different vendors. Okay, even though they are different here, they are able to talk to each other using a protocol here. And then the protocol that is mostly used by many vendors is TCP/IP. It's a protocol stack. TCP is a protocol, IP is a protocol, so together they become a TCP/IP. Okay. So after the internet, so after we released the protocol TCP/IP, and then everyone can talk to each other. Okay. So why we use internet? Because it's open. The standard is open, the TCP/IP. So we still use the standard of TCP that was established many years ago in 1980s. So I think it's almost 30 years. Yeah, yeah. So in 1981. Yeah, 90. Oh yeah, so 30 years. Yeah. Wow. Internet has been around for many years. Wow. So when we talk about the communication, we also talk about layers in communications, like yeah, devices, local loop, exchange, wires. Okay, so every layers has their own function, uh, and then talking at the end of communicating party. Okay, so again, we need standard. So standard allow us to talk to each other. Okay, so standard is like an agreement between vendors. So if I saying this, so that means that. Okay, and then the standard is written in a format, for example, in RFC, and some organizations like ISO, ITU, IEEE, they develop their own standard for a particular technologies. Okay, so yeah, standard is important. So it allows us to for communication. Again, when we talk about communication, we need to have a concept of addressing. So when I say something, I need to clearly define that from where to where do I need to send a message. Okay, so internet is based on IP, Internet Protocol. It's written in RFC 791. Yes, I mean, you can Google that. It's very easy to find the information. So unlike 20 years ago when I learned internet for the first time, that time internet was very slow, no Facebook, no YouTube. Yeah, only just plain text, not really plain text. The internet mostly just one way, web 1.0, so it's only one way. Okay, so yeah, so you can Google about the RFC 791 and then check the details about the internet protocol. So internet IP is the internet protocol, and then it contains addressing. Okay, so addressing has to be unique. So it's similar like when you set up a post, send mail, not email, mail or package. So you need to have a source address, you have a destination address, and then that address has to be unique. Okay, understandable by the post office. There is a organization that arrange the IP addressing. So we have 32-bit addressing. Okay, so there must be a international body that manage the allocation of this IP address. So 32 bits mean 2 to the power of 32 address. And this is IPv4. And currently, there is no additional IPv4 anymore. So people are encouraged to go to IPv6, okay, which has 128 bits. So it means that 2 to the power of 28 addresses. Okay, so every organization must have an IP address block. So the way you connect to the internet is your ISP will have an IP address block, and then asking IANA to get that IP address block. Okay, so because for example from 1 into 1 1 2 5 5, for example. Okay, so this is address block. Okay, so this IP address belong to ISP A, for example. Yeah, so every ISP in the world, they must apply IP address block from the IANA, and then IANA delegates some of this authority to RIR, Regional Internet Registry. Currently, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Internet Registry. Okay, for Asia Pacific, here we have APNIC. For Europe and Middle East, they have RIPE NCC. For Africa, they have AFRINIC. For Latin America, they have LACNIC. For North America, we have ARIN. Okay, so you go to APNIC. So we are in Indonesia. So we go to APNIC. Please, I want to use this IP address. Okay, you can, but every year you have to pay this amount of money. Yeah, so IP address is just about it's renting. It's like a renting. So it's not the ownership, but it's you pay permission to use for it. Okay. About the topology, how internet connect to each other. Yeah. So this is how internet is connected. Okay. So you have ISP here. This are the ISP. Okay. So this is how people are connect to each other. Okay. So every ISP, they have their own block. For example, this is this block is belong to this. This block is belong to that. This block is belong to this ISP, and so on and so forth. Okay, some ISP has very big space. For example, /8 or /16, /11, whatever. Okay, but the other ISP, they 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 only have /24. So maximum is /24 in IPv4. Okay. So this is what about ISP and you? Yeah. So if you are connected to internet, so you are one of the dot of the internet here. So this is you. Okay. So when you connect to the internet, you are part of the internet. So yeah, so you become you become part of the internet. So you can connect to other nodes. So this is you can connect to Google, and vice versa. Google can connect to you. Okay, so well, so that means it's very dangerous. Everyone can connect to each other. Everyone can attack to each other. Yes, yes, yeah, because that's how connectivity works. Then how to prevent them? Yeah, that's the function of firewall. Okay, and because uh, IP address is almost depleted many years ago, so they invented a technique called NAT. Yeah, so NAT means network address translation. So it means that when you connect to the internet, the IP address that you are using will be translated to other IP address. Okay, so as you can see, every network here has their own IP address block, and then they are identified by autonomous system AS number. Okay, so this is how ISP is connected. So this is you. Yeah, this is your house. You're connected to an access network. Okay, either through GPON, wireless LAN, fiber optic, GSM. Yes, GSM is part of access network, and then Ethernet, whatever. Yeah. So after that, you go connect to the access router or concentrator where you get authenticated there. After that, you connect to border routers and then other ISP, other ISP. So this is how people are connected to each other. Okay, so this is you, for example. Okay, you connect to that, that, and then this, for example, this is Google. Yeah, so this is how you connect to the Google. Okay. Yeah, so this is how internet looks like. Yeah. So with looks like a star. And then it keeps growing. More and more nodes join to the network. About the technical requirements itself, you must have an upstream bandwidth, okay, a hardware, a router, switches, cables. Yeah, if you don't use cables, and then probably you'll use wireless. Okay. Also, software usually requirements at ISP site. You must have a hardware, software, and then a brainware, the person who manages the network, right? Non-technical, you must have a legal, money, okay, investor loan, because I mean providing these things, okay, requires money. Yeah, so that's how internet works. Okay, right. So let's talk about Cisco. Yeah. So Cisco is networking vendor established in 1980s. And for details, you can just go to cisco.com. Then you can query lots of information over there. Okay. Perhaps I can share a, yeah, I can share the whole screen. So probably you can see that. Is it on? Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen? Please, if you can say something in the group chat. Hello. Can you see my screen? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, thank you for your confirmation. Yeah, so this is Cisco. Okay, so this is Cisco logo. Why is it named Cisco? Because it's from the headquarters is in San is Spanish name, right? San Francisco. Okay, so they're located in San Francisco. So they just take the last part of the name of the city. So it becomes Cisco. And then San Francisco is famous because of they have of their bridge. It's San Francisco Bridge here. Okay, so that become the Cisco logo. Okay. Okay, let's move on. So that's Cisco. You can stay on site. Yeah, so you can see Cisco has lots of products. They do networking, yeah. They do software, Internet of Things, mobility and wireless, security, collaboration, blah 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 blah. Okay, so but most likely, I mean, their fundamentals expertise are in networking. So when they sell data center, they're selling server as well. Collaborations like VoIP or a camera meeting. So they also integrate the product with other product as well. So usually when yeah. For example, for phones, devices, unified communication, when you are using their products, so most likely the networking part is also from the same vendor, which is Cisco. So yeah, these are their products, so you can just browse them. They also provide support, of course. Of course, like other vendors, they also provide support for you, for the customer. Okay. Next, about the certification. I mean, you can click here. I already have one, so perhaps I can share them to you. Okay, so it's not here. You can click the link as well if you want. Oh yeah, here. Cisco Career Path. Here. Yeah. Okay. So I downloaded the file here from the Cisco website. So it says these are the certification provided by Cisco. Okay, so at least you know where you are right now. So the purpose for having a certification is to have uh, um, yeah, legitimate, what is it? So that somebody, you have you have a confirmation that of the skill that you have. Okay, so hardware has certification, software has certification, yeah, for example, and then the brainware must have a certification. Who confirm that you already know that you already understand the skills, right? So that's why people create this certification. Oops, perhaps it's too small. Yeah. So for entry level, they have CCT. Okay. And then it depends on the track. So yeah, if you are interested in collaboration, so you'll be focusing on collaboration products of Cisco. The data centers, most likely you'll be learning about a product related to data centers like what is it? Servers, okay, and then switch for data center, and then routing and switching here. So this is the most popular, okay. And then you have associate level. So here you have a CCNA. So this is our topics, and then you have a DevNet, and then CyberOps associate, and then you have a professional level, okay. Yeah, so DevNet, Professional, CCNP Enterprise, CCNP Collaboration, Data Center, Security, and SP Service Provider. So CCNA is for general, so it's just an entry level. So the competency that you have for CCNA is for general. So at least having a CCNA, it shows you that, okay, you already understand the basic fundamental knowledge of how networking works. So by the time goes, so here you can, oops. Yeah, so if you want to going further, you can go for a professional. Okay, so it's much more advanced. So it depends on the track. So if you are doing routing, so this is your path. You do collaboration, you do data center. Okay, this CCNA security. So most likely you are dealing with Cisco security products like Cisco firewall, Cisco power. I forgot the name. The IDS, yeah, that is based on Snort. I forgot the name. And also here we have service provider. Yeah, firepower. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, and then so what's the difference between enterprise and then service provider? So service provider means ISP. Okay. So most likely the topics that will be covered here in service providers are, yeah, something related to BGP. So this is we are more on internetworking. Okay, you have network, and then there will be a internetworking. So the communication between a network, and then each network is ISPs, and then ISP must have AS number. So most likely on a service provider here, you'll be dealing with BGP, perhaps MPLS. Okay, because you are a service provider, you're providing service. Yeah. So the skill that you have here, yeah, for service provider is a skill that provides service. Okay, it's like BGP, MPLS, and other stuff. Okay. For enterprise or Encore here, uh, yeah, it's focusing on the interior interior routing protocol like IGRP, EIGRP, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so and then other Cisco technologies, appropriate Cisco technologies for enterprise. Okay, and at the expert level, we have CCIE, enterprise infrastructures like yeah, CCIE routing and switching. Okay, and then enterprise wireless. Okay, so this is mainly focusing on Cisco wireless. It's like doing the what's dealing with the interference frequency and so on and so forth. Okay, you have collaboration like Cisco unified device, like VoIP, the WebEx, and yeah, other stuff like that. And then here, data center is for data centers like a Cisco server, and then switch, yeah, most likely dealing with them. And then Cisco security is for security. And then, of course, the service provider. Okay, so those are the Cisco certification. Okay, so pick where you are. And then today we'll be talking about the CCNA. All right. Okay, back to the previous slide. So we already know the Cisco certification. So Cisco career path, they have levels and then they have path as well. So you have either choose enterprise or routing switching. You have path for data center. You have path for collaboration. You have path for, what is it? Service provider or SP. Yeah. So those are the options. So it's up to you which path you want to take. And then about, so because today we talk about CCNA, yes, I, I have CCNA as well. Okay, so you can just download the URL. It must be easier. Okay, so let's talk about the Cisco CCNA requirements. Oh, okay, sorry, I haven't shared the PDF. Ah, okay, here it is. Okay, so this is exam requirements, right? So unlike MikroTik, this is what you get if you attend Cisco certification or Cisco exam. I mean Cisco training. Sorry, Cisco training, Cisco exam. So they will teach you about these topics. Okay, and then the good things about Cisco CCNA is they teach you from zero. Okay, so they teach you from zero. So this is very good fundamentals. Okay, yeah. So I learned Cisco for the first time in 2003. Yeah, yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, yeah. I got Cisco certification in 2004. Yeah, first time. Yeah, at the time there is no packet tracer. What you can do is with using simulation, or you go to the lab and then hook up your laptop or the laptop over there, and then setting up the real real device. Okay, so this is the good things about Cisco. Yeah, so I have to give them thumbs up. Okay, because they teach you from zero. Okay, so if you attend MikroTik training, the MikroTik training assume you only know the network fundamentals. So that's why the MikroTik training is shorter compared to Cisco. So when I learned Cisco for the, yeah, at the time 2003, it was it has a 4 semester, and then that semester means the real semester 6 months. So we study twice a week, yeah, on Monday and Wednesday, I think. Yeah, 3 hours per day. Yeah, so it took up 4 semesters. Okay, so it takes a long time to learn the CCNA at a time. Okay, and then people, oh, 4 semester. I mean, 2 years is too long. Okay, so let's compress it into 2 months, and then people compress it again to 1 month, and then people compress to 1 week. Wow, dude. Yeah, compressing many topics into 1 week it requires huge energy, especially if uh, if the person is really zero about networking. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So as you can see, these are network fundamentals. What is routers, switches, IP address, etc., etc., and then the network topology. Compare TCP and UDP. So at least here you know how to use the protocol analyzer like Wireshark or K12 or K15. In telco, we use K12 or K15. So yeah, for those who are maybe not familiar, yeah, that's what it means. Yeah, cabling, okay. What is collision? So it means that you need to know CSMACD, okay, mismatch duplex or simplex. You need to know impedance error, compare TCP and UDP. verify IPv4. So it means that you need to have, this is very, very critical skill. Yeah. Subnetting. Okay. Subnetting, a very, very important concept. Okay. Uh, you need to know the difference between private address and then public address. And then they include IPv6. Okay, so previously when I learned Cisco, they don't include IPv6, but now they include. So it means, looks like they have, yeah, they have lots of topics to cover. At the time, it's also when we do training, we not only learn the Cisco stuff, but also the general knowledge to have a comprehensive understanding. For example, the concept of elements. Okay, what is semiconductor, conductor, isolator? Yeah, uh, the buildings. Okay, uh, the building structures like a conduit, then a ceiling, and then yeah, those civil engineering stuff. Yeah, so it was part of the Cisco teaching as well. But it is not coming out at the exam, but during the trainings, we have that knowledge. Okay, but now as I can see here, it's not part of the materials anymore. Yeah, so they are more focusing on the more technical stuff here. So here you can see you need to understand IPv6 works. Okay, compared to MikroTik, they don't. For MTCNA, there is no. It's not mandatory to have a IPv6. Okay, IP address configuration on clients, and then understand, oh, wireless. So they they require wireless here. Virtualizations, switching. So this is layer 2. Okay, what is MAC address? How the MAC address learn by switch and aging. Frame switching, frame flooding. What is frame flooding? When is happens? MAC address tables on switch. Okay, these are layer 2. And then we talk about the network access. First, we need to know the VLAN. Okay, so it means that you need to be able to configure Cisco switches. Okay, using the command line, of course. And we have configured the inter-switch connectivity, like between switches. So you have switch 1, switch 2, okay, switch 3, and then between them, usually you have a trunk port, and then here you have access port. Okay, so you have to put a VLAN tag over here. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, discovery protocols like CDP, Cisco Discovery Protocol, LLDP, yeah, and then Ether channel. Okay, so for combining the bandwidth. Of course, in order to avoid the looping, yeah, you need to understand how the SDP works. SDP is spanning tree protocol. How it works, okay, how it's developed, why it's called a tree. So start from root, goes to the branch. Okay, so you need to know port states, port fast benefits, and then Cisco wireless architecture. So yeah, now you have to learn more topics compared to what I learned CCNA for the first time in 2003. At the time, wireless is not common. So if we connect to the internet, most likely we use cables. Most laptop at the time, they don't have wireless. If you have wireless, usually you buy a dongle. Yeah, so yeah, you talk about wireless here. And then AP and then WLC. So in MikroTik, in Cisco, sorry, you have access point, and then you have access point controller. Yeah, so yeah, so AP in Cisco, usually they are configured with controller, WLC, wireless controller. So you need to have a skill for managing them. And then we have IP connectivity. Oh, okay, so this is a big topic. Okay, 25% of the exam questions will be dealing with IP. Okay, this is very critical because this is what the network engineer does, right? Yeah, so they are doing IP, they're configuring IP, they are doing routing, and then routing exchange routing informations like prefix and then the gateway, right? Yeah, so you need to understand the IP, start from routing protocols, the prefix, mask, next hop, administrative distance, and then how you need to understand how the routing table works. Okay, so when packets arrive to incoming interface, and then they will be forwarded to routing tables, and then how is the forwarding decision made by the routing tables. Okay, and then also verify the routing. What is default route, network route, host route on IPv4 and IPv6. And then because you are when you are implementing protocols, most likely you are using routing protocols. And then the routing protocol that you are using here is OSPF. Okay, you need to understand how OSPF works. Yeah, so as I said, CCNA has lots of topics to cover. Yeah, compared to MTCNA. Yes, MTCNA there is a yeah, there is a topics for routing protocol as well, like RIP and but it's very few. Okay, but here you need to understand how OSPF works. Okay. What next is about IP services. Okay. Yeah, NAT. Okay, because we are using NAT. NTP. Okay, you need to understand how NTP works. DHCP and DNS. Okay. SNMP. Okay, for more simple network management protocols. Okay. syslog features on Cisco, and then usually we have a log server for receiving all logs from all network devices. Okay, and then per hop behavior. Okay, it's like QoS. Okay, DHCP client and relay. Okay, how that works. Okay, this is like a queue. Yeah, in MikroTik we use a queue, but in Cisco they call it QoS. Other services like SSH, yeah. So yeah, you connect to your Cisco device using SSH, and then TFTP or FTP. So these are the services that you need to understand how it works. Okay. So what is TFTP and then FTP? Okay. TFTP is trivial FTP. What's the difference between them? Okay. When we need TFTP, okay, usually we use it for upgrading the firmware, correct? Also, oh, lots of lists, lots of topics, yeah. And then at least you have a security fundamentals, security concepts like what's the difference between threat, vulnerability, exploit, mitigation techniques, and then describe security program elements, user awareness, physical access control, so on and so forth. So here you should be able to configure access control and then password. So it means when you access the Cisco device, you should be able to access or control their um, the password. Okay. And then here's security password. Okay, managing password on devices, and then yeah, understand the VPN, remote access, set up the access control list or ACL. So it's similar to IP firewall in MikroTik. Configure security layer 2 security features like DHCP snooping, ARP inspection, port security, differentiate authentication, authorization, accounting. So this is AAA, usually by radius. Okay. Describe wireless security like WPA, WPA2, WPA3. Okay. And then able to configure wireless using the security above. Okay. This one is new. Okay. Automation and programming, because in the future, Cisco think that, okay, it's not an era of where you configure everything manually by you. So in the future, you need to be able to have a skill for programmability. At least you need to automate some tasks. Okay, so you should be able to, well, setting up scripts. Okay, for pushing configuration from configuration server to the network device. Okay, compare traditional network to controller-based networking. Yeah, so here we talk about SDN, yeah, software-defined architecture. So talking about the northbound, southbound, okay, control plane, data plane. Oh, lots of topics, man. Yeah, compare traditional campus device management with Cisco DNA Center. So it's Cisco stuff here. Describe the REST-based API. Okay, CRUD, create, read, update, delete. Okay, so we have usually it's based on the HTTP protocol. Yeah, most likely. And then with the HTTP, you have a method, right? Method like get, post, delete, put. What else? Yeah, that's all. Recognize capability of configuration management like Puppet, Chef, and Ansible. So most likely we use this one, Ansible, but you can use other configuration management mechanism like Puppet or Chef. Also JSON. So although if you are not a programmer, you're not doing programming, so at least you need to know what the JSON is, and then how the JSON is formatted, and then how to read JSON data. Wow, lots of lists. Any questions so far? Anyone here has CCNA? Hopefully, the list here will help you how to prepare yourself for CCNA. Wow, lots of lists, man. Anyone here has CCNA already? I had one long time ago. But now I have MikroTik and then other vendors. Oh yeah, you are CCNA Academy instructor. Okay, great, great. So yeah, I think you're already familiar with this stuff. Okay, and then yeah, automation and programmability is a one topic that is new for this new update of Cisco CCNA topics. Okay. Yeah, maybe you can share your experience here from who is Dritan Fresta from Albania. Okay, thank you, yeah, for your information. Okay, so that was the CCNA exam topics. Yeah, I was wondering, how long have you in your place the CCNA Academy for delivering the CCNA? Is it one real semester, or one full month, or 1 week? How long is it? If you don't mind to share your experience. Okay, CCNA is very good course, yeah. Okay, 210 hours with instructor. Wow, 210. How many days? Okay, 210 hours for CCNA. right? Okay, let's do the math. So let's say we spend, let's say one day is 6 hours. 210 divided by 6 equals to 35 days. Oh, wow. So if you learn CCNA every day, perhaps maximum 2 months, it's better to do 8 hours per week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like what I have. Yeah, it's a tough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, so that's why when I CCNA topic, as you can see, is it's a tough topic, lots of topics. Okay. And then when I see when I saw advertisement, uh, they just say the CCNA in 3 days. What? CCNA in 1 week? What? Yeah, I mean, if you, as you said, Dritan, you say better to do 8 hours per week, man, because uh, because sometimes people cannot just digest. We talk about the ordinary people, the people that never have any exposure for networking as well. So it's very, very blank, completely zero. And then they want to be a CCNA certified, okay? They want to pass CCNA certification. So, so they study CCNA. And then sometimes when I teach Cisco, people cannot just pick up the concept right away. Sometimes they need to rehearse. They need to rethinking about the topics, because when we talk about networking, uh, it's an abstract topic, right? Because you have to be able to have an imagination. You have to, yeah, in psychology, there is a test for testing your abstract, right? It's like a cube where you have to roll the cube, and then you put, okay, if you roll the cube to the left, and then what will be on top? Okay, yeah. So things like that. So a concept for like IP address, it's a concept where you cannot see. Yeah, so it means that you need to have abstraction skill for those material, for those concept. Yeah, so that's the things. I mean, a challenge in a CCNA teaching. Okay, and also the layers. Yeah, people talk about layers, but you cannot see the layers physically. It's a abstract concept of layers. Okay, so it means that how the data is sent with the certain format. Yeah, but oh yeah, I got um, comment here. But instructor explained lots of labs. Yeah, packet tracer, 6 to 8 exam per each module. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a it's a tough. Yeah, yeah. I mean, CCNA is quite tough. Yes, but usually, yeah, my I had I'm passing the CCNA using the normal path in 2003. So it's like a genuine CCNA course. So it's changed from people from zero to network engineer. Okay, and then after I got this concept of networking, and then I can apply in any vendor. Okay, once you get the idea, because the I mean, networking actually is to understand how networking works. Okay, nothing to do with the vendors. Okay, once you understand the concept, the IP address, the subnetting, blah 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 blah. I mean, you can apply those concepts into Cisco, into Huawei, to Juniper, to MikroTik. Yes, yes, we love MikroTik because it's affordable, and then yeah, lots of people using it, and then it's easy. Yeah, okay, as long as you understand the concept, you're just safe. Okay. Well, yeah, I have questions. Okay, agree, Tristan. Yeah, Tristan, sorry, Tristan. Sorry for that. I have question for CCNA, point-to-point technologies. Please check email address, free time. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Tristan, again for sharing the URL, skills for all. Yes, thank you. Can you explain more programmability? Is that model tough enough? Well, programmability, is about how you program uh, your network device without logging to the device. Okay. So for example, you set up Ansible. So you most likely we use Ansible. I mean, I personally use Ansible for managing my Linux server and network as well. But for MikroTik, I don't use Ansible because I create my own script for that. So yeah, so that's Ansible. So is it tough? Well, as long as you understand Ansible, that should be okay. Dritan, this is something I recommend. Yes, yes. Thank you, Dritan, for sharing the URL. All right. So hopefully that that can open your mind about the CCNA. So again, again, guys, if you're really blank about networking, I really suggest you to have a proper CCNA course. Okay, so it's not like instant, like 3 days CCNA, 5 days CCNA. Okay, for me, I mean, I'm not genius. Okay. So for me, learning the fully understanding about the full CCNA requires more time, maybe more than just 1 week. Okay, so I just imagine myself become a very zero knowledge about networking. Okay, changing the mindset from ordinary people, ordinary mindset into layered mindset. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. It's not that easy. Okay. Right. So next, to achieve CCNA, so make sure you understand the concept. Okay. You understand how protocol works, abstract. So it's an abstraction. Able to implement the concept of into the device. Okay. After you understand the concept, now you apply. And then do lots of hands-on practice. So at the time when I learned CCNA for the first time, we often use a real device. So yeah, I have to go to the lab and then do the practice. Yeah. So at the time there is no there is one. Actually, there was a boson simulator at the time. No packet tracer. But now you can use a simulator like Packet Tracer, GNS3, or UNetLab, or EFNG. Okay, so perhaps we can. Oh, okay. So perhaps we can have a little bit of practice here. Prepare your SSH client. I will share the access into the URL. URL. I mean chat box. So yeah, maybe because we have a limited time. Okay, let me share the access. So make sure you can see it. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Go to keep live practice. Okay, so let me check. Is live practice okay? Lab.glc networks.com. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, you can log in to live practice. Okay, here. So you go with SSH, change the X into 11 to 19. Okay. And then that's the port. Okay, here it is. Okay, I already log in to the Cisco. Oh, sorry, I haven't shared the whole screen. Okay, so this is our live practice. So I'm the only one who log in to the server. Okay, please, if you want to log in and then try to log in, and then we have a simulator here. Ping ping netsim 117.lan.glcnetworks.com. Yeah, I can access. Great. Okay, and then yeah, I already prepare some Cisco device. Okay, so what you can do is you can do telnet netsim. Okay, and then 100x. Okay, so if you want to log into router 1, you put 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, so I'm logging to router 1 like this, and then press. You would like to enter initial configuration. No. Okay, it takes time. I'm using a simulation here. Yeah, things like a GNS3 or stuff like that. So here I already log into router 1. Okay, here we are using non-privileged access. So it means that you have to enable the you have to type enable, so that you move from unprivileged to privileged. Yeah, so it's like in super user mode. Yeah, and then you can do show run. Okay, so this is version 15.5. Host name is router, blah blah blah. So these are the Cisco configuration. Okay, we have serial connectivity. We have what else? We have Ethernet. Okay. Oh, looks like there is one person here is blocked by the server. Yeah. So this is, for example, you configure a router, and then you have to log into. You have to go to configuration terminal mode. Here you can press exclamation mark for this one. Okay, so you can configure many aspects here, AAA, alias, whatever. Yeah, lots of them. Usually when we log in, so usually we set up a host name here. Yeah, host name. So host name, router 1. Yeah. And then, for example, we do exit or end, and then write to memory. Okay, it's done. Okay, anyone able to log in to the server? Oh, access denied. Oh, okay. So wait, hold on. Okay, let me check again. Live 15. Okay, I go script. Okay, let me recreate the user. Okay, I will change the password, okay? Okay, please wait. It's changing the password. Oops. Yeah, okay, let me share you the password now, the current password. Okay, so this is the password. Yeah, this is the new password for SSH, okay? So please try. Same thing. What is the difference between line VTY 0, etc. on SSH settings? Yeah, virtual type, yeah. VTY is usually is for console. Okay, so the SSH that I gave you is the access for live practice server. Okay, from that server you have to log into the router. Okay. Okay, anyone can try? Oh yeah, I can see some user already log in. Okay, so I already provide you some routers, 5 router actually. So if you want to quit from Telnet, you can use control and then left bracket here. Okay, control left bracket quit. Okay, so if you want to log into router number 2, you log into port 1002 here. Okay, now. Okay, everyone, please log in. You can see 3 users already log in. Yes. Okay, so who already log in? Please say something here. Hello. Okay, let me configure the name. Enable. Oh, okay, Dodi Permana. Just log in using Live 19. Okay. Configure terminal. Host name. R2, for example. Yes. Exit. And then right. Okay. So we can do also quit here. Okay, and then I log into router 3. Oh, this is how you log in. Dodi, yeah, Dodi. Router telnets. So after you log in, you type here telnet and then net sim, blah blah blah, and then the port number. The port number shows you the network, the device that you're accessing. Okay, where am I? Oh, I'm configuring router 3. Look, somebody is using router 2 now. Okay, who is doing router 2? Can you type something? I'm not typing anything here because we can share. Okay, so Dodi Permana, yeah, that's how you connect to the router. Okay. Okay, let me quit from router 2. Okay, log into router 3. Yes, it works. Okay, enable, configure terminal. Yes, host name, router 3. Yes, exit. Right. Okay, now I quit, press Q. Okay, guys, so anybody wants to participate? Okay, I can see somebody here log into router 2 and 3. Yeah. Okay, I'm logging using live 15. Okay, to which router? Router 3. Okay. Looks like this one is not updated. The DNS. We have a DNS problem here, or you can just access by perhaps IP address, but it's not recommended because that might be changed in the future. Oh yeah, this is 4. No. So you can play Daniel Bastian. Okay, so you already log in using live 15 R3. Okay, here configuring the router 4. Configure terminal. Okay, host name router 4. Yes. Exit. Right. Done. Okay, quit. Control and then left bracket. Then quit. Okay, and then you can log into others. Okay, so guys, anything else you want to do on router 3? So for Daniel, yeah, I can see you're typing here. Telnet, okay. It's wrong. It's NetSIM. Okay, who is typing this? Who is typing at the moment? This is not me, okay. Oh, Dodi, okay, Dodi. Dodi, the address is wrong, okay. So can you try to ping? Okay, let me try. Yeah, you can. Actually, it has no IP address, so you cannot ping. You can try something here, Dodi. Okay. Can you see I'm typing? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So now I want you to configure IP address on router 3 on Ethernet 00. So how to do that? Okay, IP address. Oh no, you have to go to configuration mode. Yes, configure terminal. Great. Yeah, guys. So it's not me who is doing this. Okay, this is Dodi. Yeah. You go for interface, perhaps. Interface, yes. Ethernet. No, Ethernet. E. E means like echo. Ethernet, yes, correct. And then number 0. Tap, yeah. And then 0. Okay, then you put the IP address over there. Right? Yeah, whatever you like. Yeah, so this is, I haven't set up the routers into a topology. So yeah, all of them are just independent. Okay, yeah. And then can you ping yourself? So do ping, yeah. Ping yourself. Oh, can you check the interface status? Perhaps is it on or not? Is it pluggable or not? Yeah, thank you, Taufik. No shot, yes. Thank you, Daniel. Ethernet, yes. No shutdown. Okay, check. Now it's up. Okay. Nah, okay. So done. Very good job. Seru ya? Okay. So guys, perhaps in the future we're going to have exercise like this, but today, well, time is up. See you again next time. So before we are leaving, yeah, actually I want to set up a topology like this. Okay. Perhaps you can play in the future. Okay. Who win first and then get the prize. Yeah, if you're interested, and then come to our training. Yeah. If you like it, and then we are thankful for your coming. Yeah, for feedback, you can type feedback here. Please give us feedback to make us better. Okay, schedule is available on website. Okay, before we are leaving, let's do a photo session. Okay, please open your microphone. Microphone. Sorry. The what is it? Camera. Yeah, camera. Susah banget ngomong camera. Right, everyone is happy. Yeah, everyone happy. Okay, for those who haven't successfully log into the router, sorry guys. Yeah, next time kamu perlu prepare. Okay, let me take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, next page. 1, 2, 3. Yes, great. Okay, so I think that concludes our webinar today. Again, thank you very much. And then please send us feedback to make us better. So perhaps we can do exercise like this in the future. Okay, guys. Again, we appreciate your coming. See you in the future in the next webinar. And have a nice day. Keep safe. And goodbye. Thank you.